Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I promised to show you how to solve the second layer of the Rubik's Cube and eventually go on to the last layer. And before I go into that, I just want to make a quick correction, because in the last video I mistakenly called the corner pieces edge pieces. So we have 8 corner pieces on the cube, so these are actually called corner pieces, they're not called edge pieces. And I called the edge pieces middle pieces. So here you can see, well, actually flip the cube this way. You can see these edge pieces that form the cross, actually called edge pieces, they're not called middle pieces. So going forward, I'm going to correct my terminology, and anyone that's already familiar with these pieces being called edge or corner pieces should be able to fully understand what I'm saying going forward. So now that's out of the way, let's jump straight into the second layer. So just like how we worked on the cross, we just have to know what pieces we need to finish the second layer, and those pieces are on the cube. You can search around the cube, just turn the cube around, and you should be able to find the different pieces that you need. Now there's just one tip that kind of makes this easier for you. All the edge pieces that we need to finish off the second layer, which in this case we need 4 of them, so one is going to be fitted here, one is going to be fitted here, and so 1, 2, 3, 4 edge pieces we need to finish the second layer. So none of these pieces are going to have your bottom color, which in this case our bottom color is, or the color that's supposed to be on the down face is yellow. So none of the pieces that are going to fit on the sides here to complete the second layer will have our bottom color as one of the colors on that piece. So I'll show you an example of another cube. So I'll show you a solved cube. So here you can see there is no edge piece on the second layer that has the color yellow on it. So that way you can, when you're searching around the cube, you can find the actual pieces that we need and we're going to work on, and then we can proceed to using the algorithms I'm going to show to place them where they're supposed to be. So let's search around the cube, and I suggest that you start searching for those edge pieces on the bottom layer first, and then if you're able to find any of them, you can solve those ones first before you actually try to bring, like for example this piece, before you try to bring this piece down to actually fit it where it's supposed to be. We will search the bottom layer and see if there's any middle piece that doesn't have our bottom color, which is yellow here. So I'll take this one for our first piece, which we're going to try and solve. So this piece is orange and green. So we'll look at the orientation of the cube and kind of see where that's supposed to fit. So here you can see orange is supposed to be here and green is supposed to go to the right here. So in this case, we're trying to move this piece, or literally just trying to kind of rotate this piece like this and just fit it like this. So there's an easy way to do that, and now at least we already have the piece and we have it aligning with the center. So here you can see there's orange, and that also matches with orange here. So that's when you know you have the piece exactly in the spot that we need to actually use an algorithm to change the location to a specific location that we need it to be. So without all the long talk, you just have to use this algorithm. So here you're trying to move this to the right, so you're going to perform this algorithm. So down inverse, right inverse, down inverse, right, down. So that's the first part of the algorithm, and once that's done, you just flip the cube this way and you can notice something here. So for those that actually watched the last video, when I was teaching you how to solve the corner pieces of the first layer, we used an algorithm. Whenever we see green on green, or whenever we see the colors matching, and then we see right, we see the top color, which is white here, to the left. So we're going to use a second algorithm to move this piece all the way up there. And because we already used that algorithm to position the cube in this state that we have it on right now, once we perform that second algorithm, it's going to automatically fix this corner piece up where it's supposed to be, as well as this edge piece where we need it to be here. So it's going to be left, down, left inverse. So here you can see it fixed both that piece, both the corner piece which we brought down, and this edge piece which we used the first algorithm to reposition it to somewhere else. So before that piece was here, so before it was orange and green, so we used that algorithm, first algorithm, to reposition it to somewhere here. And because of that, it also repositioned the corner piece on the first layer down here. But the good thing is that it got the two pieces exactly where we needed it to be, to use that same algorithm from the last video to fix both of them in one step, fix both of them using that one algorithm. So now we'll move on to the next piece. So we'll just search around the cube, and here you can see this edge piece has yellow on it, so this is not the piece that we need. So move on to the next one. So this is the next one. This is red and green. So we're going to take a look at the cube, see where we need that to fit, and here you can see we actually need this piece to kind of flip this way and position it as red here and green here. So here it's already where it's supposed to be to perform this other algorithm, that I'm going to show. So here you can see red matches with red. All we need is just to move the piece all the way here. So we're going to do down, left, down, left inverse, down inverse. And then we're going to flip the cube this way. As you can see, this fits exactly with the same situation we faced in the last video. You can see this piece, there's white to the right and green aligns with green. We just use that algorithm we used in the last video to move it up, and we just do right inverse, down inverse, right. And you can see the edge piece has been fixed and the scattered corner piece has been fixed as well. So now we'll move on to the next one. Okay, and here you can see the next one. So it's blue and red. So red is to the left of blue, so we know we're in the right spot, and we just perform this algorithm knowing that we're trying to move the piece to the left. So that's going to be down, left, down again, left inverse, and then down inverse. So once that's done, flip the cube this way. You can see it already aligns. So red on red, white is to the right here, exactly where we need it. And then we'll just perform that algorithm. So right inverse, down inverse, right. So that automatically fixes both of them. So just search the cube for the next one. Okay, so here you can see the next one here is blue and orange. So we're trying to make that fit here, but then we have to make sure it aligns here too. So first we're going to move it this way to where we can see blue matching with blue. And we're trying to move this piece to the right here. So we're going to do down inverse, right inverse, down inverse again, right, down, and then flip the cube this way, and then we do left, down, left inverse. So now you can see second layer is solved. Okay, so now I'll show you a quick example of a scenario that I haven't shown you already. So this is in the case where we have, just a second here. All right, so there is a case where you search down here. So you're actually searching for that edge piece, and you see that all the edge pieces here are pieces that have yellow on them. So here you can see it has yellow on it. This one is blue and yellow, and then finally yellow and orange. And you can't use any of them because those are not the edge pieces that we need to finish the second layer. So what you can actually do in that case is just to perform any of the algorithms that I've shown for either the left and the right, depending on the situation that you're getting. So in this case, you're trying to kind of bring this down. So we're trying to bring this piece we don't need. So we're trying to bring that up here in order to somehow bring this green and red piece down somewhere so that we can eventually fix it. So we just kind of pretend like this blue and yellow piece is actually a piece that we can work with, and then we'll try and push that to the right by using that algorithm: down inverse, right inverse, down inverse, right, down, and then we'll just flip the cube this way, and then we'll just do left, down, left inverse. So that brings our blue and yellow piece up here, but that's not the goal. Our goal is to bring the red and green piece down here somehow, and if you notice what we did actually successfully brought that piece down here. So we'll just move it to where we need it to be. So in this case we need it to align with green, and then we'll just perform the algorithm again. So down inverse, right inverse, down inverse, right, down, and then flip the cube this way, and then we'll do left, down, left inverse, and that fixes that side. But as you notice, as we fix that side, it automatically brought the blue and red piece down here, because that was where the blue and red piece was. It was in the wrong spot. So when we fix this one here, it actually brought that one down somewhere that we can actually use, and then we'll just shape that to where it's supposed to be. In this case, we try and align it with red, and then we see we need to make this piece somehow get here, so it's going to be red and blue. And since we're moving it to the right, we're going to do down inverse, right inverse, down inverse, right, down, flip the cube this way, do down, left, down, and left inverse. Okay, so that's the second scenario that I didn't show before, but likely you're going to find that scenario when you actually try to solve the cube. Now there's one final scenario that I'll show you that can happen. So in this case, you can definitely have a situation where you have solved all the other edges on the second layer. So you actually have solved the red and blue, you have solved the red and green, you have solved the green and orange, and now it just remains this one, and this one is kind of weird. I mean, it's supposed to be blue here and orange here, and technically you can do it how I showed you before. You can kind of pretend that this green and yellow piece is actually a piece we can work with, and then we can try and push that to the right, and somehow that's going to bring this blue and orange piece down somewhere we can kind of turn around and fix it. But then I found another way to do this that's actually easy. So once you find that you're in this situation, you just perform this sequence of steps. I already have a video I'm going to link in the description down below that shows you exactly what I'm talking about and how to do this. So you can check the description down below. I also kind of put it here as a video card, so you can go back to that video and you see the exact situation I'm talking about. and you just use the algorithm that I showed in that video, and you should be able to get that fixed. But for those that are here watching along with me, trying to solve or get their cube solved, I would show that algorithm here one more time. So that's going to be right inverse. So actually you place the cube this way, so you're going to have the misaligned piece to the right here. Then you perform the sequence of steps. So it's going to be right inverse, down inverse, right, down, and we'll do that 2 more times. So it's right inverse, right, down, right inverse, down inverse, right, down. So that's the 3rd time. And then from here you can already see these pieces aligned, but then we have to continue to actually place it where it's supposed to be. Place the both of them where they're supposed to be. So you're now going to continue by doing right inverse, down inverse twice, which is the same thing as down twice, but for the sake of showing you exactly what I'm doing, I'll say down inverse twice. And then you do right, down twice, and then front, down inverse, and front inverse. So that algorithm automatically seamlessly like swaps the position of that one piece. And if you notice, all the algorithms when executed from start to finish, obviously in the middle will look like it's scattering the cube, but then if you're able to perform those steps exactly how I've shown them, you should be able to get the cube from one stage to the next, so you can continue kind of building one piece after another without scattering what you've already done. And don't beat yourself up if you make a mistake. Just have to look at the state of the cube and then figure out what to do next, so you can continue from where you stopped, or you can start from somewhere new that still would end up getting you to a position where you would have to use a different algorithm in order to solve the cube or get the piece where you need it to be. So for example, very common mistake would be like if you make a mistake doing one of the algorithms, and for example you get the cube in a situation like this where this corner piece is not solved. You scatter it to a place where it completely changed the configuration of the cube, and you're figuring out what to do next at this point, because now we have just one corner of the first layer not fixed. And an easy way to kind of think about this is you assess what has gone wrong. I mean, it's just that simple. We started solving the first layer, we went to the second layer, and then trying to fix maybe this edge piece. The first layer has now been scattered somehow, so we just forget the work we've done on the second layer. So it doesn't matter if you've done this already, doesn't matter if you've done this already, in this case it doesn't matter if you've done this already. Just think of it like I need to first prioritize getting back to solving the first layer. So in this case, we know that because the pieces are aligned like this to the right, and then white is to the right here, we can just use this algorithm, right inverse, down inverse, right, in order to fix that piece where it's supposed to be and complete the first layer. And now that's done, we can reassess the cube again. We see that what we did not kind of scatter what we already did on the second layer, and then we now know, okay, it's safe to continue and kind of look for the piece that we need, which is this one. And then we'll just use the logic to, because we want to move this to the right, we'll just do down inverse, right inverse, down inverse, right, down, leave the cube this way, and do left, down, left inverse. So wherever you are, whatever mistake you make, just know that if you scatter the first layer, you have to go back and solve the first layer, complete that, and then you reassess the pieces that are left, and then you proceed to completing the second layer from whichever state the cube is at that point. So I hope that with this video you're able to finish solving the second layer, and in the next video I'll be showing you how to solve the last layer. So this is going to be actually I won't say the hardest layer, but I think that this will be the layer that will require the most memorization of algorithms. But if I'm able to do it, I believe that my viewers should be able to do it. And then obviously you're not going to learn everything overnight. You kind of build this thing over time, kind of learn one algorithm after another, and before you know it, you should be able to solve the cube without looking at your formula sheet or looking at your algorithm sheet. So I'm excited to make this video here for you, and for those that are still tuned in to this point in the video, I really appreciate. And don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed it or you found it helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.